6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe, assisted by Nilosha Jayamanna and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. Travel restrictions extended until the 14th of this month. A part of the MV Express Pearl ship's lower surface hits the seabed. An agreement signed to obtain 14 million doses of the Sputnik vaccine. The opposition leader requests the government to call an all-party meeting. In foreign news, Indian doctors protest against Ramdev's yoga beats COVID remarks. In sports, the Cricket World Cup expanded to 14 teams in 2027 and 2031. Travel restrictions have been extended until the 14th of this month. This was announced by the Army Commander, General Shavendra Silva. Earlier, travel restrictions were to end on the 7th of this month. Once again, travel restrictions have been extended until the 14th of this month. This was announced by the Army Commander, General Shavendra Silva. Earlier, travel restrictions were to end on the 7th of this month. The Sri Lanka Navy says the towing of the damaged MV Express Pearl has been halted as part of the bottom of the ship is striking the seabed. The Navy spokesman, Captain Indika De Silva, said that so far no leakage of fuel from the vessel has been observed. Towing operations of the Singapore-registered container ship began this morning after a naval team joined the salvage team on board to tow it away to deeper waters. However, it was later reported that a major part of the fire-stricken cargo ship had begun to sink as the ship was being towed. Reports revealed that water leaking into the vessel has caused around 50% of the vessel to sink. The Director General of Fisheries Affairs says that fishing activities in the sea from Panadura to Colombo via Negombo to Kochikade have been banned. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing said that 584 metric tons of plastics were removed from the Usvetikayava to Sarakukanda coastal line on the instructions of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. During a media briefing, the Archbishop, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, said that special attention should be paid on the fisheries community. State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana says that an agreement has been signed to get 14 million doses of the Sputnik vaccine. He said that a decision has been taken to obtain the Sinovac vaccine and produce it in the country. Preliminary arrangements have been made to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. State Minister Jayasumana said only the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation is in the process of getting the vaccines. There is a need of 600,000 doses of the Covishield vaccine. He said that the Serum Institute has assured to provide the vaccine and arrangements will be made to get it. The State Minister further said that there has not been a delay in the vaccination process and it is being done while safeguarding the standards. The opposition leader Sajith Premadasa has requested the government to call an all-party meeting. He has said that a streamlined process is needed to protect the people from the pandemic. Issuing a statement, the opposition leader has pointed out the need to take correct information to the public without analysing the increasing number of patients and deaths in various ways. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Receive early cash advances and an unmatchable bonus at maturity from Sri Lanka Insurance Early Cash.
The provision of the 5,000 rupee allowance for the people affected by travel restrictions commenced today. The government says that relief will be provided to the affected businesses as well. The government said that the regional leaders will be empowered to provide decisions on the persons to be given relief. The Director General of Samurdhi, Bandula Tilakarsir, says that Samurdhi payments were paid today to 586,000 Samurdhi recipients. Meanwhile, the Postmaster General said post offices will be open tomorrow to issue a limited number of allowances, including the Senior Citizens Allowance. Considering the difficulties faced by borrowers of licensed banks due to the third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has requested licensed commercial banks and licensed specialized banks to provide concessions to the affected borrowers. Concessions have been granted for performing credit facilities and non-performing credit facilities. The eligible borrowers who wish to apply for the concessionary scheme are required to make a request to the respective licensed bank on or before the 21st of June 2021 in writing or through electronic means. Licensed banks are requested to accept any request submitted after the 21st of June 2021, and eligible borrowers may contact the respective licensed banks to obtain more information. The relevant circular issued to licensed banks on the 25th of May 2021 is published on the CBSL website www.cbsl.gov.lk. The chairman of the Sri Lanka Podujana Engineering Front, Vijitha Herath, said that the COVID Prevention Task Force has performed an immense service in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. He pointed out that the task force has performed many duties, including providing facilities for disabled persons and 10,000 beds. He said that Mr. Basil Rajapaksa was a major strength behind all these activities. Mr. Herath said that the Sri Lanka Podujana Engineering Front supported to provide facilities to the northern, eastern and southern hospitals. The Registrar General WMMB Veerasekara said the Registrar General's Department revised the charges of marriages of registration with effect from yesterday. He said the revised charges are applied as per the Marriage Registration Ordinance under the general category, the Muslim Marriage and the Divorce Act, and the Kandyan Marriage and Divorce Act. The Jaffna District Secretary Ganapathy Pillai Mahesan said that the COVID vaccination campaign in the Jaffna district was completed today. Under the government's COVID vaccine national program, 50,000 COVID vaccines were provided to Jaffna in the first phase. The vaccination drive for the public began last Sunday. The Jaffna District Secretary said that the second phase of the vaccinations is expected to begin this weekend. That's local news.
Finished? You have 1 more hour to write the exam.
Yes, sir. Always early.
Receive early cash advances and an unmatchable bonus at maturity from Sri Lanka Insurance Early Cash.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The National Operations Centre for the Prevention of the COVID-19 outbreak said among the 2,845 COVID-positive cases reported yesterday, the Colombo and the Gampaha districts had more than 600 cases, while Gampaha recorded the highest. Accordingly, Gampaha recorded 654 cases, Colombo 646, and the Kalutara and Kandy districts recorded 281 and 114 respectively. Jaffna has recorded 148 and Batticaloa 121 cases. The centre said the people who are serving home quarantine were included in yesterday's total number of cases. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, the Sabaragama Provincial Council has announced that the vehicle revenue licences will not be issued until the 30th of this month with effect from yesterday. The main office and the other offices set up at divisional secretariats to issue licences will be closed during this time. It has also been decided to issue licences without a fine until the 31st of this month. That came to you in Watchlight, and now in World News Headlines. Indian doctors protest against Ramdev's Yoga Beats COVID remarks. China reports first human case of H1N1 bird flu. A large Iranian Navy ship sinks after catching fire. Thousands of doctors across India are putting on black armbands and calling for the arrest of a hugely popular guru who has claimed yoga can prevent COVID-19 and that conventional medicine has killed thousands of coronavirus patients. Baba Ramdev, the creator of a successful traditional medicine empire, said last month the pandemic showed modern pharmaceuticals to be stupid and failed science. Beijing's National Health Commission has said a 41-year-old man in China's eastern province of Jiangsu has been confirmed as the first human case of infection with a rare strain of bird flu known as H1N3. The Health Commission said yesterday the man, a resident of the city of Zhenjiang, was admitted to hospital on the 28th of April and diagnosed with H1N3 on the 28th of May. It did not give details on how the man was infected. One of Iran's largest navy ships has sunk after catching fire near the Strait of Hormuz under unclear circumstances. The cargo, named after an island nearby that serves a key oil terminal, caught fire in the early hours of today, and more than 20 hours of rescue operations failed to save it. An image taken late at night showed crew in life jackets running away with the fire raging behind them. Another image taken in daytime showed heavy smoke billowing to the sky and fire still burning. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Indian doctors protest against Ramdev's yoga beats COVID remarks. China reports first human case of H1N3 bird flu. A large Iranian navy ship sinks after catching fire. That was world news, and now in development news, urban, state and rural housing projects are now being implemented. Taking part in a press briefing at the Government Information Department, the Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing, Sugatya Legama, said that more than 30,000 houses are being built. He said that the development of the Muthurajavel Reserve, preparing urban wetlands and the Colombo Port City Development Project are also underway. That was development news.
Sports News is brought to you by...
When Aya bought a motorbike, he bought 2 helmets. So sweet of him. I'm sure the other one is for me.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
The ICC said yesterday the Men's Cricket World Cup will once again be a 14-team tournament in 2027 and 2031. Only 10 teams contest the 2019 World Cup won by hosts England, and 10 will take part in the 2023 event compared to 14 teams in 2015 and 2011. The news came as the ICC unveiled its global schedule from 2024 to 2031. The Champions Trophy, last staged in 2017, is to be revised as an 8-team event in 2025 and 2029. The ICC also said that the Men's T20 World Cup will be expanded to a 20-team, 55-match event in 2024, 2026, 2028 and 2030.
My wife always sets a full lunch table even if it's just the two of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Dialogue Asiata PLC launched Diriya.lk, a free trilingual online knowledge portal. This homegrown website features a comprehensive knowledge base sourced from reputable contributors including the International Finance Corporation and local collaborations with renowned government and private sector organizations. Diriya.lk is a one-stop hub for Sri Lankan entrepreneurs to learn and grow by receiving knowledge and expertise from industry specialists. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
According to the annual land price index released by Lanka Property Web in the Western Province, except for the Colombo municipality area, the overall land price values have increased by 74% from 2018 to 2021. The company also revealed that on an annual basis, the increase in average land prices between 2018 and 2021 was 15%. That was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces and the Gala and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy falls, above 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places in the western and the Sabaragamuwa provinces and the Gala, Mathura and Nuwara districts. Showers, thundershowers may occur at several places elsewhere during the evening or night.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. Travel restrictions extended until the 14th of this month. A part of the MV Express Pearl ship's lower surface hits the seabed. An agreement signed to obtain 14 million doses of the Sputnik vaccine. The opposition leader requests the government to call an all-party meeting. In foreign news, Indian doctors protest against Ramdev's yoga beats COVID remarks. In sports, the Cricket World Cup expanded to 14 teams in 2027 and 2031. That concludes this news broadcast.